Hi, Delane Moore here. I am a first-time author and my book is called The Secret Sex Life of a Single Mom. And the reason I'm making this video today is because I want to talk a little bit more in depth about the book publishing process. I made a video quite a while ago when I was actually signing the contract with my publisher, which is Seal Press, a division of Publicist book groups. But I know that there are a lot of aspiring authors or people just in general who are curious about this book publishing process, and so I want to talk a bit about that. So after I signed the contract, things actually didn't start moving with the house for about another 5 or 6 months. The publisher was busy putting out other books that were coming out for the season, and so my job was to focus on continuing my writing, doing the blogging, getting published, increasing my platform as much as possible, and getting as many radio and TV appearances as possible. And so it wasn't until probably half a year later that I actually got to start working with the Developmental Editor at Seal Press. Well, when I started working with my developmental editor, she'd already read my manuscript from front to back, and then she would email me the chapters one at a time, and that's how we worked through the entire manuscript. Sometimes when I was working through the pages, it was covered in red ink, though this is on the computer, and not just on the page but in the sidebars where she had all sorts of comments and feedback. And sometimes I was required to flesh out different scenes or different ideas that I had. Sometimes I had to do some pretty significant chops, but what I liked is that she always explained her reasons why. It wasn't just like, I'm just taking this out, you don't have any say in this. And then at the very end, we went through the entire manuscript again from front to back, just to make sure that the story arc was really there, and also to clean it up in terms of grammar as much as possible before it would go on to the copy editor, proof editor, and layout. I don't know if I just got lucky or if most authors have positive experiences with their editors, but I know that with mine, I really felt that she got my story. More than that, I feel that she had a skills and expertise. She brought something to the table that I needed. Not just in terms of grammar and that kind of thing in the story arc, but she understood what the readership might be interested in, to help me sort of expand on some of the different thought streams that I hadn't considered before. And as a writer, your words are your babies, and sometimes it's really hard to have to chop them. And I really appreciated how sensitive she was to that with me. So then we had to do the book cover, and we had to go back and forth on that numerous times. And then I also had to fill in some of the other pages of my book, like, for example, the acknowledgements page, dedication page, bio, that kind of thing. I actually cried when I was writing my acknowledgements page, just to finally have arrived at that stage. It was just so emotionally overwhelming. And now I have been appointed a publicist that I am working with, and I consider myself very fortunate for that, because I know in today's day and age in this book industry that a lot of houses don't even have publicists. They don't have the budget, and authors are expected to do everything. So now I'm just, my book just opened up for pre-ordering on Amazon a couple of weeks ago, and that moment when I accidentally came across it, I just Googled, was doing some analytics and found my name, and there I was on Amazon, and I was just so excited. I ended up staying up most of the night. It was just such an exciting part of the process, and so I am really excited to see how my book is going to be received. At the same time, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because this has been a labor of love for years, and I know it's going to be opened up to the critics, and more so with my story because it is such a personal journey, and it's naked, nakedness on all levels. There's some sex, lots of sex, and I know that I am potentially going to be on the chopping block in some respects, but I won't change what I did. I'm proud of what I and the SEAL team have created, and I'm really just going to enjoy this journey right to the very end. That's what I vowed to myself I was going to do, and that is exactly what I'm going to continue to do.